again, everybody. This is answering Dr. Kitzmiller's question about how to report a counselor colleague who showing impairment based on state board regulations. Of course, again, I'm looking at Oregon state board regulations, and they don't have anything specific about this other than filing a complaint against a counselor, and I guess that could be anybody, not a counselor colleague filing a complaint, but anybody who sees anything that's not okay, basically. And they basically say mental health regulatory agency compliance staff investigate complaints against Oregon licensed professional counselors and licensed family, marriage and family therapists, and registered interns and others who may be acting in violation of the law, like unlicensed practice and such. And they say they will investigate when they have reason based on to question the competency or conduct of a licensee applicant, or any person who is alleged to be practicing in violation of the board law. So just like, could come up from various sources, an audit or newspaper articles or just noticing behaviors and things. So there's a form you can file, and so yeah, and it doesn't talk about specifically noting impairment or anything. That looks like that they defer to the ACA in this case. And again, C.2.G, impairment, where counselors monitor themselves for signs of impairment, but in terms of colleagues, they assist colleagues and supervisors in recognizing their own professional impairment, and that goes for interns and students as well. And yeah, so there isn't really anything specific in there, but I think it's probably maybe needed, some guidelines for professionals to note other professionals, because I think, it's not a gray area really. It's something that's needed to do, even though it's very difficult. When you have a colleague, who you can tell is or have evidence that they are impaired and they're not able to counsel effectively and not using good judgment and that kind of thing. And no one wants to be a whistleblower, but I think guidelines should be in place, letting us know as professionals how to handle this situation. So yeah, I'm just checking if there's anything else. They just define impairment, though that's in the ACA. And yeah, they do talk in the ORS, they do define what impairment means as well, and they basically say grounds for denial, suspension, revocation of license, but that's again not a colleague, bringing it to their attention. Yeah, and that's about it. So it's definitely something that needs to be addressed in the Oregon State Board for sure. Yeah, thanks.